Alright everybody, let's get started making the angel. So you want to lay everything out first and make sure you've got everything in the right order. So the two wings obviously go on top of each other. These two pieces are the her sleeves, and actually they go like this. This is her halo. This is her little cummerbund waist belt, if you like that term better. And this is her little bodice. So then we have the bottom part of the dress. This is the three little pieces that go on the left side of her dress. Then it will go to these, and this is the part of her dress that's flowing out, mostly out into in front of her. So it has the most layers. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. Okay, then next to that is the right side of her dress, the right bottom side of her dress. And there's only 3 pieces, and then the very top left side, right side, there's 3 pieces there. Okay, and then you have the hair, which has the back of the hair, the side of the hair, and then the bangs and the rest of her hair. And then you have, least but not last, is her hands and her head and neck. So I'm going to start by assembling the dress first. So I'm just going to move all this off to the side. And I'm going to start on the very left side of her dress and work to the right. So the bottom piece looks like this, and it's going to go right on the edge of her dress and fits right down to the bottom. Okay, and now you can use these kinds of pop dots, these sizes. This is like the little tiny square ones, and this is the micro dots. They're teeny tiny. And may help us with some of these intricate designs. If not, then we will just be using a glue drop to attach those. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with my bigger dots, because this is a bigger piece that can take the bigger dots. Okay, I also have tweezers handy for these small projects, and some of my tacky glue. Okay. And just attach them one by one, and just make sure everything butts up accordingly so you don't have any issues at the end. And then if you don't want to use all the layers, you certainly do not have to. Don't feel like you have to use all the layers. You can do whatever you want to do. Just make sure you push down on those dots so that they adhere well. And don't come apart. Okay, and then this last one, let's see if I could get one of them on here. I think I could get 2 of them on here. Maybe. I think that's going to show, so I'm going to use a teeny tiny. Now these are a little challenging to use. So I'm going to use my weeder just to pick them off. Let's poke them and add them. So I'm just reaching in, grabbing it by in the inside of it. You can see that. And then adhering it, and then I'll take off the plastic topping. I really get it with my finger better. Yep. Okay, and then stop this video anytime you need to see where something goes. Just pause the video. It's like IKEA shelves. You don't want to have to take it all apart if you did something wrong. Okay, and then I'll lay the next part down and make sure it's butt up against that really well. And then I'm going to fast forward this video because this will be very time consuming, but you can also stop it, and I will also include a graphic to show you all the different layers and where they go. Okay, so now you can see the dress is done, the bottom of the dress, and you can see how the layers are, so that this one's pointing out more, so it makes the dress a little more 3D-ish to see how it goes. Just need to move this guy over a little bit. There we go. All right then. So let's move on. Okay, the little bodice lays over the dress. So you just have to find, it's the biggest one goes on the bottom, or the longest one I should say. I think it's the curviest one that goes on the bottom. So I want to attach that last because, all right, let's see. This piece goes on the bottom right here, but we need to leave a little space here so that we can do the layering. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach that first, and I'm going to use glue because I don't need it sticking out more, but just make sure that you're generous with your glue. Okay, and this is going to hold the whole dress together as well. Okay, then you have the different white pieces. So you're going to end with a white, and the white curly one is the one that matches the end, the bodice end. So you just want to make sure that we have, let's make sure we have the bodice right. The tall end of the bodice over here is her shoulder, and then you want to make sure that your white piece that you're ending with is the curved one that matches the bottom of that. So all these other pieces go in between. Okay, so I'm just going to glue them. I'm not using any pop dots on these. Okay, and there's probably about 1/4 of an inch showing on each layer of the bodice on top of the bottom one. Okay, now let that dry completely before you continue on with the other parts there. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm just going to go ahead and put the wings together, which is fairly easy. So I'm going to apply my dots to the back of the white wings. Make sure all my stuff's out. And make sure you get enough dots around the edges, but leave enough room in between so you can see through. And I'm going to add mine to a shadow box with lights behind it, so I definitely want to make sure that I can see behind or through the wings. And even at this point, if you wanted, you could attach all your lights, the string of lights, the small LED lights, inside of here, and then feed it back to your shadow box. You want to make sure you get enough support on inside the wings too. You don't want those collapsing or they won't look 3D. So just use a lot of your little dots on this guy. Okay, I'm not going to put one in the middle there on second thought because the body is going to go there and the body's already going to be puffed out, so I don't need, I want this part to be flat where she's going to be attached. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get the lights and attach them. I just know that I wanted mine in a shadow box, so before I put it all together, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay, so there's just enough. There's not a bended amount. Just want to make sure that the little control piece. So this one's in between that one. So I want to make sure that the little control piece is at the bottom of your wings so you can feed it through the bottom of your shadow box. Let's just try this. Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty. Okay. All right, let's go back to our angel. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and assemble the hair and all that next. One piece that goes on that side, and we've got the head and the neck. Okay, And then we've got, let's see, we have the flat piece of the hair, so that all gets to attach to that. And then we have the flat piece of the, under the brown. Okay, so I'm gonna layer the second one, the bottom one, but not the top one, because it's just too small. So always work on the back of the one that you're attaching. All right, then the head's gonna slip inside of here, and you need to have dots on it. So we're gonna put them right in the center, because her neck's gonna attach here. Let's go ahead and attach, put one right there so the neck can attach right there when we're ready. I'm not gonna do that one yet, because I want to attach the neck, but I want to get this one in here first. So just slide it under there. Make sure the hair is covering the forehead. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then we'll attach the neck. Okay, small end goes up. And let's see, I did probably about half of the neck is up inside of there. Okay, I just need to make sure that this is sticking. I think I lost some stickiness in my thing. All right, there. So now you can see that she's got some layer to her neck and her head, giving her a 3D look. Okay. All right, the little hands will go on last, so I'm going to set those aside. Okay. All right, let's put the bodice together. Go ahead and use the bigger dots. Okay, get one up on that shoulder. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, you don't want any at the bottom because you're going to attach this to the bodice. So I am going to glue this down, just tack it down a little bit, because that's going to squish up under the bodice. that dry. Alright, we can attach this to the neck now. So the neck just goes underneath, and then you can also get her hair, the shoulder can go up into her hair. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue that down. I'm just going to glue her neck down. Okay, so you can see. I'm gonna let that dry. All right, let's go back to her dress now while she's drying. This is the back of her dress. I'm gonna put another dot on here. It's not wanting to stay down. This part right here is not wanting to stay down. So get that down. Another one here. Okay, then this goes on the top of the blue, the bottom of the blue, and just make sure that the top is lined up at the back of the dress, right there. Okay, now you don't have to have this piece if you don't want to. I added it to give it a little more flair. And a little more 3D. All right. As long as the top is lined up, then the rest should be good. All right, and then we'll go ahead and attach her. She's going to get attached to the bodice right here, right there. And I'm just going to glue it. Okay, now I would let it lay, once you're happy with it, lay it down like this way and let it dry completely before you go on any further to add. We got to add still the wings and her hands, but we're going to do that last, after we attach the wings. Alright, so you can just place her down now. I'm going to place her so that her hair, the wings should go approximately, well, they can go wherever you want them to go. Mine are going to go about right there. I'm going to turn this over. Oh. So I know where to put it. Moved her. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place her in there. Now her bodice should cover the wings, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put her down, place her down with some dots first. So when I turn her over, she's not going to move around. And I'm just going to do it one at a time just in case I need to move her for the wings. It'd be easier to put on the back side of her and then onto the wing. Okay, now I can, whoops, move her around as needed. Reposition her. Okay. Turn her over, and now I need spots here. I want a couple of them. So I'm actually just going to put it on her hair. And then glue it down. Over just a little bit. That's secured, and then I'm going to throw some glue in there just to be on the safe side. And then I'm going to put some glue along the sides here as well, because you don't want her falling apart after you get her all together. Go. It's turning out good. And then we have the last thing we have to do is put on the wings. I mean her hands, and they should fit right along the sides. here and here. The shorter one is on this side. And it should just fit around her bodice right there. Okay, now I'm going to put this one on right. No, I don't have that one on. I'm like, why is it not fitting? There we go, right there. I'm going to put these on with dots so that they are sticking up as well. And before I do that, I'm going to, well, no, I guess I can attach the hands last. All right. Just going to get it on there just in the right spot. It should just lay flat against her body and her dress. Like that. Okay, and then her little hand. Goes right on the wing, attaches right to the wing, right to that. Okay, and then on the other side, let's get this one on. One more on there. Okay. Get that up in there, and then just lay it down. Make sure everything's attached really well. Her body's coming apart. Let me see where. Yeah, right there. On earth is that coming apart? That should not be coming apart. I gotta let it dry. Alright, a piece of tape I can use. Meantime. So you can add a piece of tape there if you want to hold her body together, her bodice together while it's drying. Okay. Her little hand. Okay. Lastly, her little halo. It's going to go behind, and it should just fit right inside of there. So it should just need a couple of these. I'm going to put a couple right there, so it'll raise up to match her head. In front of the wings so that it's not stuck to the back. Alright, and then that's all there is to the little angel. And I added the lights, as you can see, so she's quite pretty. Make a cute shadow box, I think.